Hello, it's Urby here with Scotch and Coffee Games. We are playing Exanima, as you can see on the screen. If you don't know what Exanima is, it's a prelude to Sui Generis. And if you don't know what Sui Generis is, it's basically an isometric fantasy role-playing game. But it's completely physics-based, so everything in the environment is physically simulated, including your character, and that means animations are also physics-based. So you can essentially trip over things, like say this room on the menu screen here. If I was running around here, if I was running around over in this bottom right-hand corner, I could trip over this chair and fall and smash my face and do some damage. It's ridiculous. Same thing goes for the combat. It's all physics-based, so if you're fighting in a cluttered area, your weapon can catch on things, you have to parry with the enemy. It's all pretty fucking cool. But in a recent patch they added two things mainly. One thing was the arena mode was there already, and it was just new game or back before. And new game would take you to this novice or expert screen. Basically just five or six, I think it was six different opponents, but it was a sort of a set list, so you'd fight the same 6 guys in novice and the same 6 guys in expert, and you could just play between those. But now there's new game, and what this is, it's actually sort of a career mode in the arena. So you create a team basically to fight in the arena. Another thing about Exanima and Sui Generis is it's pretty tough going in that it's permadeath. So if your character dies, it's game over. You've lost your game. There's no saving as such. If you leave the game, you can come back and continue, but if you die, you can't go back and load it. You're just dead. So if I just go out to the main menu here, this is the arena mode. There's also new game, which is sort of the prelude, the main prelude to Sui Generis. It takes place in the underworld, which is what Exanima is. It's the underworld for Sui Generis. It's a dungeon crawler, and same again. It's very long-winded. It's tough going, physics-based combat, no saves, and I've died so many times in it that I've given up until I get a bit better at the game. But this arena mode is really fun, so what we're going to do is we're going to make the Scotch and Coffee Fighters Guild. So this is basically me here. I've tried to make it as close to me as possible. He's a bit older, he's a bit paunchy, not very muscly, pale as hell, deeper voice. Doesn't really matter, it's just going to be the grunts we make when we're swinging our sword. Dark hair, that's pretty much me. Next, and here we have some basic items. We've got some combat skills we can unlock as well. Armor skills we need to actually upgrade first. We start inept and work through the ranks. I'll go through that in more detail in a second. So we're going to use the scaff bar as a standard weapon. Just put a shirt and pants on, and trousers, some shoes. There we go. And if we just hit create, and this takes us to our little sort of hub area. So at the moment it doesn't seem there's much you can actually do in here. You can sort of run around, take a look. You've got this little sort of seating area here which doesn't really do anything yet. I'm assuming there'll be more stuff to do in here in future updates. This is a Kickstarter campaign game, so it's indie developed and it's crowdfunded. Yeah, you can buy Exanima on Steam for about £10 and whatever that is in US dollars. But yeah, basically this is the main room of the hub that you need to deal with. There are other rooms. There's like a bed in one room which might come into play in a future update as well. But for the most part everything is just done in this room where you spawn. So to the left here we have a roster, and this is everyone in our current team. At the moment it's just me because I'm just starting out. You can manage each individual by just checking their armor and obviously upgrading their skills when they have XP points to put in there. Obviously we're just starting, so I've got no items, no skill points at all. We can also go to this higher screen, and this lets us choose from, I think it refreshes between every fight, but yeah, this lets us choose 4 basically fighters that we can hire. And down here at the bottom we can see we have a hire fee of 4 silver and an upkeep of 1 copper. I'm not sure when the upkeep actually comes out. I'm assuming after each fight. So yeah, we can hire them. We can see that some of them have got some experience points already and have different skills. But it's quite expensive to hire them, and obviously you have to keep paying them to stay on. Or you can recruit, which basically lets you create a new fighter, which is then player controlled. The hired characters are NPCs, and they can go into things like doubles matches with you and fight alongside you, or you can just send them into the arena in your stead. But yeah, we'll be using this recruit screen because we'll be making the Scotch and Coffee guys. I can't do that at the moment because it costs 1 silver piece to actually recruit someone, and at the moment we've only got a few copper pieces, which should just get us started in the arena. So this here is the shop. If I just click on this, here are the items we can currently buy, or would be able to buy if we had the money. And a lot of these are based on rank as well. So you start off as inept, so I would highly doubt we could even buy any of these. We could buy a tunic if we had the money for it, which we don't. We have 3 copper pieces, and that's 4 copper pieces. That's what we'd look like with a tunic. So you can try everything on at least. So I mean, the end game, or the end goal, of course, is to look something like this. Maybe that helmet. And obviously more armor pieces appear. Big fucking axe, why not? Yeah, and there's some better boots and so on. That's all very expensive though, and we can nowhere near afford any of that right now. But to get started, we head over to this board over here, which is the matches. So I've had to go at a few of these. Bit troubling that the only things that are really inept at the moment are elimination, which is a 6-round fight with different opponents. But the payout's pretty good, so it's 2 copper coins to enter, and you get 2 silver coins as a reward. So we could, if we get through an elimination, we could essentially go in and hire 2 Scotch and Coffee guys to fight in our stead in other matches. But there that is. There's Frey as well. So in the inept tier, so it's against inept opponents, and it's only available to inept members. So I could essentially enter that. Frey is basically a free-for-all with 6 people, including yourself. But the prize money here is not great, and it doesn't really improve much further down the line as well. It's just not worth the risk because, as I said, it's permadeath. So if I was to hire some extra people from the Scotch and Coffee crew, they could go in and fight, and if they died, that would be a bummer. They just would disappear from the roster because they would be dead, and dead people can't fight in the arena. If I die as the guild leader as such, that's game over, which is a pisser. Really, and like I say, there's no saving. If you're dead, you are dead. You've lost your game. So to start off with, we're just going to go straight into elimination here, which is about 6 rounds, and it's got quite a good payout. So let's get started and hope we don't get killed in the first match of our new career. Okay, so this guy's got a saw and a tunic, so he can absorb some more damage than I can. I'm just wearing basic clothing here. But let's see what we can do. And like I say, it's all physics based, so it might look a little bit clumsy in places because all these animations right now are being procedurally generated, which is very cool, but very much in the pre-alpha stages. So let's get fighting. And already he's cut my shoulder open. That's not great. Oh, there we go. Clobber to the face, and I need to get away from this wall. Bugger off with your saw. Go on, swing, swing. Obviously I've got the better reach here. We're about the same height as each other, so that's not really going to account for anything, but I've got the longer weapon. But his is a serrated saw and can do a lot more damage if he gets in close. Get away from the goddamn wall. Swing, thank you. Damn it. So yeah, the trick is to try and get in obviously when they're exposed and not expose yourself. It's there's a knack to it. First time I played arena mode, I got my arse kicked by the first opponent. God damn. And this is not an eventful fight, we are just walking around, so let's get some action going. There we go. Ow! Okay, I paid for that already. He's cut my side open. God damn it. So yeah, the blood on the characters is a new addition in the latest patch as well. Before that it was just you'd hear the impact and see a bit of blood spray, but now you can actually tell where you've been hit and can tell what might be giving you a handicap in the fight. God damn. If I get a good blow on the head, it's the same with any weapon really. If you get a good hit on the head, it's usually a one-hit kill as well, which is why I'm being a bit precautious here, because I don't want him to cut my face off. God damn, I do not want to lose this first fight and it be game over. That would be a terrible start to the series. And end to the series, I guess. God damn, I need to stop getting in so close, but at the same time, there we go. I need to hit him. That was a hit, come on. There we go, that was across the forehead. And we've won. Now, the health bar here at the bottom, basically, the yellow bar is my current sort of energy, as it were. The red bar here, which will increase from right to left, is permanent damage. If this bar fills with red, you are dead. If I go to the next fight now, you'll see that the yellow bar is actually full again, because I've got my energy back because of the break between fights. But you can still see that I'm still pretty cut up here on the screen. And yeah, basically still got that permanent damage. So obviously the more permanent damage you take, the less health you have moving forward through the fights, and that's a big issue in these elimination games. If he just knocks me out, as in empties the yellow bar, that's fine. A bit of a bummer. I'll wake up in the hub and I'll just have a bit less money. Right, now we have an opportunity. There we go. 2 good hits. And again, not drawn any blood though, so I haven't done any permanent damage. He's also only got a hammer, so he hasn't got the serrated edge like the last guy had. And he's got much shorter reach, but he can hit much harder. There we go, in the ribs. And let's open the inventory and take some of his stuff. So we can take his stuff and move ahead with it in the fights, but we can't keep it, so once this elimination game is over, we'll have to give all this stuff back. Unfortunately. Okay, so she's a little bit taller than me, but she's only got a hatchet. But again, she's got the reach. Ooh, good hit. Another good hit. No, not good. God damn. Whoa, steady on, bitch. Steady on. I'll just take a hit. No, thank you. That was the arm. Should have got in there with another hit then, really. And it's really quite immersive considering it's isometric. I'm really trying to get little Urby through this. I say little Urby, he's quite rotund. Oh, there we go. That was a good hit. Bit of blood. Across the back. There we go. And she's down. I don't think she's got anything worth taking. I don't really want the hatchet because I like having the reach. Nah, nothing worth taking. Move on to the next fight. And we are losing energy. Okay, this guy's huge and he's got a hammer. Jesus. Oh, but he is slow as balls. There we go. That was surprisingly easy, that one. I'm going to take the cudgel, definitely. It's probably a bit lighter, but it'll definitely do more impact damage than the bar. It's about the same actually, but it'll be lighter and faster, so I'll have an even better advantage now. And this guy has, not sure what that is, a quarterstaff? So he's going to be quick as well. I think he might have more reach than me actually. Damn it, I should have kept the iron bar. Another advantage I have of being quite heavy set is that I've got a little bit more impact. But I am a bit slower. And oh, there we go. That was a headshot. He is not going to be doing well after that. Come on, take a hit. Take a hit. There we go. One more for luck. One more for luck. There we go, thank you. And he hasn't got anything worth taking either. Oh, and that's it, that's the end. Awesome. So now we're back in the hub, but you can see we've kept some of this permanent damage, and so if we were to enter another fight, you can see we're going in at a bit of a disadvantage. So there's a duel here, but it's only an inept level, so the prize money isn't great, and we could potentially take more permanent damage. So I'm probably just going to look at hiring someone. And I'm actually going to, so if we go into this now and do a recruit. Now the next person I'm going to make is going to be Scoots from Scotch and Coffee. Now he is a little bit skinny, I guess. Very tall. Not so old at all, younger than me in fact. Very pale, of course. Blonde haired. Less hair, there we go. Blonde haired, tall. Yeah, oh, facial hair on or off. Leave it off, I think, for Scoots. Squeaky, whiny voice. That's Mike all over. You can also play as a female, but we're not going to do that here because YouTube and boobs. And yes, they show boobs. So let's make Scoots. And hit next. And let's cover him up because no one wants to see that. And we're actually going to give him a lighter weapon as well. We're going to give him the quarterstaff. So he's got the reach, and it's a lot lighter. So he won't be doing as much damage with each hit, but he'll be able to swing that thing around like a madman. And we shall give him the remise skill to start with. That means he can basically take a swing and then immediately swing back in the opposite direction, which can catch quite a few people off guard. But we're not actually hiring him for his quarterstaff and fighting ability in the arena to the death. Let's see. So here we are. Pugilism events are basically open to inept levels, even though the opponents are experts. And as you can see here, entry fee is only 5 copper, whereas I can get 1 silver and 3 copper for winning. And that is what we are going to use Scoots for. Because he is skinny and long, with his arms, I mean, primarily, he can punch a lot further and actually has quite an effect. So there we go. Traded hits there, but I think he took more damage. A bit of blood on his face. Get away from him, Mike. There we go, another hit. I knocked him off balance a bit, and oh, don't lose your first fight, Mike. I know you can do better than this. Don't lose it. Bit like drunken boxing here. And he's KO'd. See? That is why we went for Scoots first. We can make a lot of money just by entering him in high-level pugilism events. He is our pugilist of choice. Now, okay, there's only a couple more. Inept isn't really worth it because it only gets us 2 copper, but there is another one here against a novice opponent. Again, the winnings are only 6 copper, but as you can see, he hasn't taken any permanent damage because most pugilism fights are non-lethal. I say most because every now and again you can land a particularly nasty hit that knocks them down, and if they hit their head on the floor, that will do some pretty serious permanent damage to their head. So I think we're going to enter Scoots in one more pugilism event. Okay, it's against a fat old lady. Good hit to start with. She's going to do a lot of damage if she lands a hit though, because she's heavier than he is. And this is where that whole lethal pugilism comes into effect. She could easily knock me down and I could hit the floor pretty hard. Come on, Mike. There we go, and one more hit. Come on, just give her one in the jaw. One in the jaw. There it is. Oh, one more. One more, Mike. One more. One more, Mike. Come on, Mike. God damn. She is tanking these hits. Oh, and she's down. KO'd. Nyeh. So that's the gist of it, basically. I mean, we can go to the shop now. See, now we've got 2 silver and 5 copper. We probably still can't afford anything. Okay, we can afford a tunic. Let us reward Mike with his. Okay, how much is those together? 1 and 6. We can afford that. Let's just check. They're not ranked. No, we can use those at any rank. Trade. Manage. Let's have a look-see. There we are, look. For your fighting skills, Mike, you get a belt and a tunic. Enjoy, sir. Enjoy. That'll keep your trousers up and your arms warm, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Like I say, I'm going to be making other SnC folk, so I shall make a huge, muscly, hairy guy as Archie, and he can enter things that involve being Scottish. I guess drinking competitions, that's not a thing, but he could probably do some damage with a melee weapon. But that's just a little introduction. If you want to see more of this series, let me know in the comments and I'll record more episodes. And don't forget to drop a like and share it too, because we like views. So yes, this is Urby signing out. Good day.